Some call him a hate crime vigilante. Some call him hero. Some call him the AU groups. Now, is there any way to shoot a friend? No girl has a problem with friend here, Mr. Oakley. When it comes to targets, it's in the neutral.
And morning.
Death Wish 14, the reassignment.
Thank you.
So good. So many ads,
Nice.
sketches, videos, stuff.
Hey guys, it was a real nice weekend being disconnected for a while. I saw Brooklyn Auto had actually commented on a comment that I dropped about 6 months ago.
Oh my gosh. I'm curious, Josh,
I wonder if somebody pointed that out to him.
Stuff because I forgot he was a thing. Again,
Of course, he
and I guess he has
doubled down again, so he can fuck off.
Does some stuff. We are gonna play. You when you get in the chair.
I'm gonna look it up when I do the desktop stream, though.
Just a little surprised that people still watch that guy, and then it was like a 30-something minute show on HBO. When I clicked on it, I was like, oh, it's gonna be like an hour and a half, something where there's like good content. And it's like 36 minutes of crap. Okay, good.
No, he is funny. It's just there's a weird thing with politics where they mix really well sometimes. But other times they don't necessarily mix as great. You get to kind of watch it with a grain of salt, or take it with a grain of salt. You kind of just realize it's most of it is really funny stuff. It's generally really funny stuff. Like when they do, like they ran a campaign for greatest bird of the year in New Zealand or something.
Right.
And they'll do weird, fun stuff like that, like little pranks or antics. And I love that kind of stuff. But then it gets into the
I just think when it comes to comedy, it's like when you have a very clear set of cannot joke about this, cannot joke about this.
Yes.
Yeah, then it just makes it so constraining.
Or if you're working too hard to back up your virtue, your virtue signaling, or this new thing that the left has, it's not really new, but it's this thing that's taken over our society, is moral bearing.
Yeah.
Like as if their moral compass is higher than everybody else's, and we have to follow their true north.
Right.
And everything is, if you're a good person, then your argument's correct.
Well, and I know that a ton of conservatives now who get me about this, but that's because they block the line bullshit. John Oliver is much funnier than Bill Maher. And Bill Maher, I mean, I just watched again this weekend. If you guys want to watch it, ripped off another one of our jokes. He has done our jokes verbatim multiple times, and I know that there's someone there now who's like, hey, Bill, this will help you kind of break it to a new audience because he's getting a little bit tired.
Oh, he ripped off one of your jokes? Is that what he's doing?
People talk about the same jokes, okay?
Oh yeah, that sounds a great idea.
And he'll pretend he never saw the show before. He doesn't.
No, I made it to round 2 with the Booker. And they're like, no, you're not smart enough. We're going to have on S.E. Cup. She'll talk about Snow White.
I do like a guy who's like,
Oh, that sounds like a great idea.
On a panel, and they're all going to be smarter than me.
Right.
I respect that.
Yeah, but he doesn't do that. He does that sometimes. And then it's like he doesn't.
I'm heading to work.
People who are really smart.
Monroe, Michigan.
Bring on people who are.
I'm a ways away, about an hour away. I'm going to stop at Speedway and grab
Like you would think you would have
coffee.
Hey, you would think never have Nick DiPaolo on, ever, not once. Politically incorrect. That same time, you had Tough Crowd with Colin Quinn.
It's on HBO, he can curse.
What about Patrice O'Neal?
Never would have done that. Never. But would have been like, I love your stuff, Patrice. Absolutely. One of the best. Generational.
Hey, Jared.
I mean, Nick DiPaolo, he was friends with Opie and Anthony. He was on there all the time, but he also would appear on Howard Stern. Like he was well known to guys like Dave Attell, people who had points of view and were sharp. Bill Maher avoids those people like the plague. So it's someone he can paint as a nerd, or it's someone who is funny and he can just let kind of riff. He doesn't want someone who's going to joke. That's what he does.
Do you think that he would invite you on?
They did at one point. They did. And then the booker said, you're not what we're looking for.
Oh,
I've told this exact story. They asked me, this happened. See, I did the research. This exact person, she asked me, sorry, this might be remedial for people out there, but every now and then it's good to know. Yeah. She asked me, this was around the time that Beauty and the Beast had just come out. I remember this because she goes in, what would you like to talk about? I said, I don't, and I'm thinking this is a comedy show, And so I said, I just think it's funny. At the time, Oscar So White was trending. I said, I just think that it's funny right now. We're at a point in the United States where people are protesting and hashtag Oscar So White. Meanwhile, I just watched The Beauty and the Beast, where in 1740 slavery France, Mary J. Blige is a queen who turns into a bookcase. It was something like that. And she goes, so you want to talk about Beauty and the Beast? I said, no, I don't just want. I'm talking about this, how silly the outrage culture is, and the fact that if Mary J. Blige showed up, they wouldn't put her in whiteface and a powdered wig. They'd go, "Oh, how'd this slave get away?" And she's like, "Well, what do you think?" And she said, "What do you think about the new Trump? There was some new Trump Russia thing." And I said, "Oh my God, is there something new? He's been convicted?" I said, "Well, no. What?" I said, "Oh, you mean more conjecture? I don't have really any opinion on it. I'm not going to give an opinion on someone's opinion."
Okay.
Like, we'll call you back. Click.
So you offended the booker.
Yeah, because they want to know that you're someone who will be a layup, someone who will play ball, and then they edit it anyway. Say what you want about Colin Quinn, and back then you had a tough crowd. It was Greg Giraldo, Nick DiPaolo, Patrice O'Neill, Jim Norton, and then they would rotate in other people like David Tell, people like Bill Burr. You'd have Dice, you'd have Penn Jillette every now and then. They really did have differing points of view, and it was raw. Like sometimes there was too much crosstalk because it wasn't edited. You and Hamas.
Yeah, nobody does that anymore. Nobody's bringing on people, and then I respect that. I respect somebody who will lose an argument essentially, or gonna be on the bad end of it.
Yeah.
And still air it.
What? Not comics.
Like, truth matters.
It's Crowder, yeah.
Well, he asked me to be on. Someone reached out and asked me to be on. I guess he started up a podcast. I was like, well, no,
comics, not as in comic
HBO.
books.
No,
Comics, yeah.
They watch the podcast if you have a good guest. Otherwise, like that's.
Yeah, it's Crowder and Firestein.
2 million.
Josh Firestein.
Right. Whereas with us, but no, we have a much to say. If he wants the exposure, come on, and then I'll do the HBO show because they're viewers because HBO pays for it. Sorry, Max. Thanks. All right. Let's do something that Bill Maher would never do, not with his new rules. Let's play Pokemon Erasure. All right.
Favorite stinger.
I like the music.
It's pretty rough when you have whatever the smoke Pokemon in front of Auschwitz. Coughing.
Yes. Yeah.
Coughing.
A little along the line.
Yeah. I mean, no, I pass that.
That's the line.
But you know what? Here's the thing. We can do it because people know that we don't hate Jews.
Yeah,
And
they
that's
can.
what you got, John. All right.
That's an opinion.
Like, what's someone going to say that we're anti-Semitic? It doesn't work. All right. So the rules of this game is you are going to Toolman present.
Yeah, I'm going to bring up a term, and we all have to decide whether the term is a racial slur or a Pokemon.
Yes. So it could be a noun.
To say it,
Pokemon.
right? We all have to say it.
We all have to say it. Yeah, it's like blood brothers with the race. Because inevitably one of us will say the racial slur, so we all have to say the racial slur. All right, Toolman. Let's give us all the first one.
Okay, the first one.
No, I get it.
Moon cricket. Josh, who, by the way, is it November 13th? Will be at Bricktown Comedy Club.
November 19th, this Sunday.
November 19th
in Tulsa. You can see me in Tulsa. I will not be saying moon cricket on stage because I happen to know something.
Oh, do you? You actually know what it is?
I've heard this before.
Oh, really?
I've heard this one before.
Oh, okay. Well, you explained it. Now we're all gonna get it right.
It's an astronaut.
It's not. That's what you can expect at Bricktown, people.
Astute observation.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Well, Gerald, I think I know how you answer.
Racial slur.
Yeah, I think it's a racial slur as well.
I don't think Gerald said it yet, though. I don't wanna.
You have to.
You have to, Gerald.
You have to.
Other
Gerald,
people say moon cricket. I would never say moon cricket.
If you're one of us,
I
you'll
will
say
never
moon
say
cricket.
moon
Okay.
cricket.
And the answer?
The answer is.
Yay.
And we have an origin story.
Well, we better.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know the origin story.
The exact origin of moon cricket. Oh, God.
It's obscure.
It's obscure, yeah. So the theory suggests it begins with U.S. slaves who sang as a pastime an act of community and resistance at night after their labor. Crickets are known to chirp in the evening when the moon is out.
Ah.
Wow, that's
That's a real.
That's a trip all night until you can't no more.
I don't think it's.
Let me in with a moon crickets.
There's like a restaurant in the South that went out of business though.
Just imagine.
That's a real reach for a racial slur.
Yeah.
Like, it's something like if you actually were a racist, you probably should just like say the N-word so that the people you're insulting know what you're saying.
It's very descriptive.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I bet you if you were like, yeah, you know, get back in the casita, moon cricket. Like, is that motherfucker?
Me?
Am I supposed to be mad?
Is it me or the white guy, the Mexican guy?
Hey, boss. I'm not sure what you meant by that.
I meant to insult your kind. Oh, okay, all right. Maybe work on it. I'll go back. I'm tired to go to my room, but I don't know that moon cricket bullshit. This motherfucker's a moon.
I heard at that point the N-word was just white noise.
I heard Disney's gonna remake Pinocchio again. Jiminy Moon Cricket. That's the main character.
Oh my.
When you wish on the iron cross.
Oh boy.
That's how I feel about Jimmy Moon Cricket.
Sounds like a jazz player, a blues player. All right, now hitting the stage. Oh, Smoky Jiminy Moon Cricket.
Jiminy Moon Cricket.
I see stars of green.
Slave masters too. His insults don't make sense for me and you. And I think to myself, fuck is a moon cricket.
Doesn't rhyme.
I said the song wrong. I said the stars are green. I don't know what I was saying.
No, I'll read you to a moon cricket.
Yeah.
The song- I wonder if it's just like some slave master was like, huh? Ethel? I think those Negroes are throwing their voices like a cricket.
Oh, shut up, Earl.
Out of the moonlight.
Earl, those are crickets.
Those are actual crickets, Earl. No. Well, they may be crickets, but I'm pretty sure it's also one of them.
By the way, they say they have something play that we have to have.
Moon cricket. Some real authentic racist language. Not the copy paste N-word. The old names. Yes. Moon cricket. You would have to be an elite to know that lingo right there. As we used to gather out.
Hey, I just heard it a couple times. I'm not elite.
I am not elite.
I'm not
You're
in
not the
elite
special
class.
forces of
no,
racism.
I am not. I want to make that clear.
You have to be elite the old ways. I guarantee you, the people whipping the guy on the post from Roots hadn't heard of moon cricket. All right, let's grab another one. Pokemon or racial slur?
Next one. All right,
Sandshrew. What do you got?
I don't know. We've been talking about Hamas.
Exactly, he is.
So, I don't know. This is.
They got sand crickets.
I've heard of a shrew.
Yeah.
A shrew's like it's like a grumpy person, old lady or old
Yeah,
person.
like a lady who's annoying.
Yeah.
True. There you go.
So this is like
that broad from
maybe
Handmaid's
it's a racial slur, but like an annoying.
Dave Landau's a liar.
Could be.
Tale. And you think it's a racial slur, Gerald?
I'm gonna say this. Yes, racial slur.
I'm gonna say this is a.
It's been proven.
Yeah, it's just too late.
I'm disappointed with him too. I love Dave.
Pokemon because I actually know the answer to this one.
Did you really?
The racial slur is Sand Jew.
He dropped several lies on Michael Malice.
Ooh.
Yeah,
As opposed to the city Jew.
Yes, opposed to
Oh, yeah.
And he's a homeboy too.
Oh, this game gets us in trouble.
All right, so let's. There you go. Well, that's nice.
Well, what's the Pokemon?
and here is
What's
the
that?
If it's racial,
That's it.
look at me.
Yeah, it's like what does it do? It's like a robot ferret.
It's like an almost Amarillo. What do they call it?
Armadillo from Amarillo.
This is my right.
I can't talk today, man.
It's Armadillo by morning.
Have past me to choose.
Let's grab another one.
Last one.
They have Cinnabon brand cinnamon swirled cake donuts now.
Tonka. Tanka.
Cinnamon cake donuts crafted with cinnamon glaze and coated in vanilla glaze. Glaze. Glaze.
It's gotta be a Pokemon. This needs to be
Breakfast of Champions.
Yeah, you said Tonka like 50 times. She's very comfortable with that Tonka truck, so I think like
This, for me, I don't know. This is, I'll explain my thinking. It's really hard. I'm going to go with Pokemon, though, because I think the way it's spelled with the A's.
But how is it pronounced?
Tonka?
Okay.
Because it's a Japanese company, I'm assuming it's Tonka.
Well, just because you didn't say it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Tonka. One more time?
Yeah.
Tonka.
You have a good day too, Edwina.
I am going to say that it is a racial slur, and I have no idea as to who it is denigrating, but I'm sure it's nonsensical.
All right. It is.
Come on! That says I'm almost happier when I hear the answer is a racial slur, which that says something about me. But it's just because I'm more curious about racial slur origins than I am about some fruity kids getting his face.
Because one's real.
Yes.
And the other one's racial slurs.
Yes.
Right, yeah.
So this one, Tonka is let's see, they give me a paper and
Indigenous people, boat dwellers, were known as Tonka and considered lower class by land-dwelling Cantonese Han. In the early years of British colonial rule, boat dwellers were willing to cooperate with Westerners, providing supplies, connections, and prostitutes. Well, which only strengthened the boat dweller women were shunned and nicknamed Tam Sui Mui, which means saltwater ladies. Perpetuating the stereotype that all boat dweller women were prostitutes.
well, nice.
Now, having been belittled for so long, the term Tonka is now considered a derogatory slur. I don't know what
Portia from New York.
So the Tonka means bottom boat dwelling Asian prostitutes.
Saltwater ladies. Which, by the way, way better than saltwater taffy.
Yeah, I can imagine. Also, way better than that shitty M. Night Shyamalan film, Tonka in the Water.
I think that was a freshwater pond, actually. Tonka, when I was a kid, there was, he had like all these racial jokes and stuff. I grew up around a lot of Mexicans, and one of my Mexican friends would tell me this was, why do they call Mexicans tonks? So that's why I thought, because it's like that's the sound they make when they throw them in the back of the border patrol truck.
Oh,
yeah, that's like a dumb like kids, dumb kids joke.
Then you could also call them clunk or ping.
Yeah, but they just
went with tonk.
Because no one knew what that was. So I was like, I don't know, maybe it's a slur, but I was totally off. Different race, different
saltwater
prostitutes.
Yeah.
Like what they added the saltwater thing, like nudist and prejudice towards salt. Like are they freshwater prostitutes for me?
Yes, freshwater prostitutes. Saltwater. And what do you do?
I don't want to desalinate this woman.
Who's that for? She's a bull shark. She can.
You can notice by the barnacles.
Saltwater, brackish water. She's bull shark hooker.
Watch the whole bite.
Small but very aggressive, very high prey drive. Bull shark hooker. Ever seen Meg? Similar, but small, but very horny. All the time, so horny. Not even take money. No, really, hooker. More just a whore. Okay, this has been Pokemon Original, sir. Hurt my neck again. Uh-oh. Wow. I was doing the head quiver. Oh, I could hear my vertebrae grinding against each other. Oh, jeez.
In that stinger, one of the Pokemon looked like one of the saltwater ladies.
Those Tonkas?
Little gypsy-looking one.
That's a really silly program, Pokemon. Remember when Pokemon Go was really big? I just kept getting NASCAR.
My wife did it. Did it a lot. I did it for a little bit. Right when I was getting out of the army, we just kind of went on walks every night. She would look at Pokemon.
How does it eat?
and I would never mind.
I'm trying to walk away.
No, I was gonna bring it all home. but the soundboard glory.
There was a whole thing actually where there was a day of Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
Remember where everyone was out, and I hit like 5 people.
Well, that's when you put the cattle guard on. You don't want to damage your vehicle.
That's why I have the push bumper.
It's okay if they're not protesting.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just an unfortunate accident.
That was all rage.
Yep, it really was. I think people still play it. Remember, didn't Hillary Clinton say something like, "You need to Pokemon Go to the polls"?
Are you serious?
Remember that? Someone pulled
That
it up.
would have been.
That was her pandering. She said, "Pokemon Go to the polls," and everyone was like, I think she lost like half her constitution. She's like, "I hate you. How about you?" So you guys consider it, but let's grab a couple of chats before we go. And Josh is, of course, going to be at Bricktown. Bricktown, even though it's Tulsa.
Yeah,
Doesn't make sense.
they stuck with the name. They thought it'd be cool to.
But Bricktown is an area of Oklahoma City.
That's correct.
So they're trying to make it Bricktown in Tulsa.
I think they just couldn't figure out a good name for the Tulsa one.
How about Tulsa Comedy Club?
Take it.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, probably a pretty crappy place.
Well, I don't want to talk about it.
Oh.
I don't want to disparage it, but
No, that's
for some things.
That's fine. I will tell you, Tulsa Comedy Club, dog.
It's no Bricktown.
I've never been there.
I would never say that.
No idea. I have no idea. I'm sure it's fantastic. But Josh is
trying to get booked there.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fantastic. I'm available on some of the dates.
All
All
right.
right, so here's a question from Mr. Sleepy. Actually, they actually have a photo of Tim as their avatar. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Look at that. Tim with
That's funny.
It's cute.
Question for the crew: with violence becoming much more frequent in NYC over the last couple of years, how much more extreme do you think it will have to be, or have to become, to demand change?
Oh, they won't. The people who are there, they're just they're like beaten puppies at this point. They're like battered housewives. The people who said this is enough, they left, and the people who are there still believe that New York is the greatest city in the world and that this is part and parcel of living there. I mean, people. We have a lot of people here who used to work in New York City.
Yeah.
I lived there for totaling like a year and 8 months if you add it up, 2 different stints, and I hated it when I was there, and it was much cleaner. So no, New York is going to continue its descent into madness because the people who are sensible have understood that their only course of action is to leave. It's not going.
Whoa, why are we
New York
stopping
is never
on the
going back.
fucking freeway?
I mean, it may come back
dumb
maybe safer,
cunt.
but I'm saying, but New York will never be a bastion of freedom. You will never actually be able to exercise
Dumb
your First
freaking
Amendment, Second
cunt.
Amendment rights. No one is ever coming to save you in New York. I think it's done.
Yeah, and I think that one of the reasons
The British version of me today.
All of this and the wrong things. Look at the response. I'm really glad that I just wish he would have not used a gun to do that kind of sentiment where you blame the systemic racism on the problem instead of the people committing the crimes, or you blame the housing policies, or you blame everything on things that are not really the problem to fix, and therefore you're never going to fix the problem. You're just always going to support the people who are committing crimes.
Yeah, I think there's a few different people in New York that different groups that stay there for reasonable reasons. Like the ones that are rich,
Yep.
the ones that can afford to live there and afford a lifestyle that doesn't take them into the subways, doesn't take them around the crime. The people that are too poor to leave, immigrants who can't, immigrants who have a community there.
Bought the lie. Right?
Yeah, bought the lie. They have a community of people there, which is beneficial to a lot of them. And then you have the people who are young, starry-eyed, and they got that Jay-Z and Ashanti song in there, or whoever it was. Alicia Keys, they got that song. Yeah, sorry, Jesus Christ.
No,
Ashanti, a racial slur, or Pokemon, I don't know. But, they got
Come on,
that attitude.
move.
It's the
Thank you.
big, bright, big apple.
Yeah.
And I think they just...
At least
they
the
kinda
speed limit we do in this
Yeah,
lane.
they buy
At least the
yeah,
speed
so-
limit. Oh, you speed up now that you get out of the way. You dumb fucker.
Queens, even a lot of people are farmers.
Go ahead, Mercedes. I'll get out of your way.
Yeah, especially in New York because
Punch it. There's a cop up there waiting for you.
a lot of them like them. But as far as New York, Manhattan, the idea of New York City, no, I think it's done. And what would it take in this chapter?
From Dave asked in 1979, knowing that there are still American citizens being held by Hamas, isn't it America's responsibility to assist in their rescue? And if not,
Oh, sure. And I've said that. When I say not one American body, I mean not one American body fighting a war for Israel. One American soldier fighting a war against Hamas for Israel. But I absolutely think we should send in our best to retrieve the hostages. Yeah, and that's one thing that a lot of people did just skim over. There's still over 200 hostages that are there right now.
They're not all in one place, though.
No.
I would assume.
moved.
I mean, if they were, they would have sent in
that'd be a bad idea.
a team of and Delta and Rangers, and they would have taken her down and got the house. That's not the case, I think.
Yeah, I thought they were doing that at the beginning. Maybe I think we wouldn't know about it. Right? I would have to be so covert. Well, they were stationing. We heard that they were stationing people
Moon crickets
there, either they put on the carrier or whatever. And we actually even mentioned it on the show that they were moving these groups.
What's a moon cricket? It's a racial slur.
Like something specific, and I can't remember exactly what it was. But I thought, like, oh, okay, maybe
they were doing racial slur or Pokemon. I think almost all but one of them were racial slurs.
They're working with,
because it was the racist edition. There he goes. He got him one.
Israel, let them have their their plan of action for their operation, and I think that people aren't. We're not seeing proof of people being killed or murdered. The hostages being killed and murdered. So I think that they have some time. They feel like they just let the plan work itself out, and then they'll get those hostages. Maybe they have a plan to exchange things, or I don't know, but I don't think they're doing that.
If I were to do an exchange, like really, I'd give breath. No, the old box. It'd be a small box. I mean, this would go on for about maybe 8 times. Yeah, like a really big box to start with. By the time they get down to the smallest box, I mean, I have to strap to the hostages, and then of course, it would be a cradle. Of course,
a lot of that good Amazon tape. Yes, cradle,
and it would still be spinning. Nice. They would do it with like one of those rails, like a magnetism thing. That way they would think you're serving the wrong God, which they are. Did we get the Hillary Clinton pander clip of Pokemon Go? Come on, guys! Pokemon Go to the voting booth. Go to the polls.
Indoctrinated.
Take chat until you guys send that in. Let's grab one more chat.
All right, from Zonadad17, question for Stephen and the crew.
What is with your nails today, Josh? You keep playing with his nails. I know. You even did it this way.
Finicky.
You even did it this way.
I don't know. I got them changed. I think.
All right, let's grab it.
Here's the chat. Have you guys ever been in a situation where you could have been a good Samaritan but failed to follow through? What is the outcome, Josh? Thank you for your service.
Josh. Been a good Samaritan where you could have, but you didn't. What noise is that?
I don't know personally. I haven't had that many opportunities, but I've said this on the show before. I don't hold back. I talk whatever I want, and I say what I want. So, I say a lot of things and people stop doing things, but...
well, like you say, hey, you filthy Tonka, and then she stops being a problem.
I'm like, hey, you filthy Tonka, let me make you a proper woman and bring you home.
No!
Introduce you to my parents.
No, I gotta stay in salt water, I can't breathe.
My gills!
I think it's a great mission.
I drink beer and watch football. Left my phone on the charger. I didn't even sit in front of the laptop for more than a couple seconds. It was nice. I'm starting to enjoy the weekend disconnect. I stream so much during the week and blah blah blah. I was gonna go out Friday, but they actually were supposed to have a DUI checkpoint, but canceled it. I'm curious. What's the proof? There's no proof either side.
I was too afraid to speak, and I knew in my head because
I just multiple people that know them both.
And they had the Autobots and the
Just about what the general feel was there. I mean, Dave maybe just
tagged me for something that was right. And I was sitting there waiting,
overblowing his feelings, but he's actually saying that they never dropped, his dates. They blah blah blah. They cut him off all the time. That everybody cuts everybody off on this show. It just seemed like some really crybaby type shit. Like I said, I like Dave Landau.
Yeah, so so that was when I remember that feeling. There were two.
And when I saw that interview with Michael Malice, I was like, damn. Then I did my own research. And people that aren't even loyal to Crowder are like, yeah, but that's probably not true. People that have actually tried to promote his little thing about his soon or ex-wife or soon-to-be ex-wife, whichever it is. that there was physical violence there, blah, blah, blah.
I felt terrible, and after that, I ended up playing.
You know, I don't know. I mean, like I said, they could both be true partially, you know?
Security number.
Yes, exactly. Well, now there's just two. And apparently have communicable diseases that only you two have, Tony germs and Stephen germs. So I felt bad about that, but I don't feel bad about mocking.
Yeah, it was 20 minutes ago.
Mrs. Kankles in chief in what is most likely floral print.
I keep missing Bao's streams because he's doing it so early.
With a Chinese collar. Enjoy this on the way out and ask yourself.
I didn't even know he had one this morning.
This bitch lost the election.
I don't know who created Pokemon Go.
That's
But I try to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
Hey-o. This is a secondary channel. I will do a stream from work though, so you guys will get caught up. Like I said, I've been disconnected up most of the weekend on purpose, just because I needed the relief, not just from streaming, mostly from consuming it. I literally laid on the couch most of the weekend and watched football. Smoked a joint, watched football, had a beer to drink with it once in a while. Good to see you, Dirty. What? Yeah, I needed to. Hey, I did send you a message, though. You took a fucking dive, man. You'd have beat her ass. You didn't get my Telegram message yesterday? I was like, look at this motherfucker. Got three people on a bye week starting against the wife. You would have beat her, dude. No, I didn't. And I did not. I'm just telling you what I've read from multiple different sources. I love them both. I love Malcolm Ellis. I love Dave Landau. I just was disappointed in the sour grapes that he did. You want to leave something, leave it. He wanted to stay. He loved being under Blaze. And he wanted to stay. He found a way to do it. You'll never see Crowder say a negative thing about Dave. Even though I'm sure there are plenty of negatives to be said. Like I said, I like Dave Landau. I just was disappointed in that whole take. Some more sour grapes than anything.
The overrated. 1655 West 7th Street, 1655 West 7th Street, between Chateau and South Telegraph. As for Gary,
I can't drive it.
reference
I could go
to
into
check
it.
and between cash.
I think the strongest one that stood up that is neither one can prove any of what they're saying though, so that's what's kind of silly. But was that he said Stephen would cut him off all the time which everybody does to everybody on that show. He said he never promoted his dates, which I remember seeing him pretty constantly, and he does them for Josh Firestein, who's a much, he's a decent comedian, but he's much less than Dave is. I think it's silly when you got adults backbiting like that. Oh, it sounds. The thing is, when you say it sounds like something Crowder would do, how do you know what makes you feel that way? I mean, yeah, it sounds like once it was decided he wasn't going to be there, I'm sure the way they were treating each other changed quite a bit.
CFS is 231-06-008, repeating 231-0008.
Fuck. It's hard getting used to my dude Robert Gouveia being on so early now. Oh. Yeah, no, like I said, I feel the same way. They're all entertaining. They just took different directions. To me, that's how it is. Can you train your Biden? What's it on? Rumble or YouTube? Because if it's on YouTube, it may be down. They've taken a ton of this stuff down on YouTube. YouTube has. How about those Vikings, man? Choppa. I actually watched that game, man. It was a pretty decent game. I think Dobbs is going to be a big help to you guys. It sucks that we got to play you twice within 3 weeks at the end of the year. Then maybe, and yeah, you're right. Oh yeah, he believes that there's a way to be governed. I've lost that belief. I mean, literally, when I'm looking for entertainment, other than it's hard to find unauthoritarian entertainment, where where the characters don't believe that one side is right and one side is wrong. I mean, I could say one side is worse than the other, but they're both wrong. Hey, Gregory. Yeah, once I'll probably at the top of the hour have a stream set up on the main channel. I'm gonna try anyway. We'll see what kind of fires I gotta put out when I get to work. I'm glad you discovered it early enough. 40's plenty time, still early enough. Before you finished raising your little one. Yeah. Well, I'll listen to them because they're entertaining. But like I said, the way most entertainment is these days, it's hard to find anything that isn't. I will say I really like this new show, Bass Reeves Lawman. I think it's from the creator of Yellowstone. It seems pretty historically accurate. I mean, it's got its own little wokeisms in it, but yeah, it is what it is. ODD. It's like they may have one side done by winter time. So we'll be driving on the new side while they're putting this up over the winter time, this side. Then it'll be all summer for them to do this side. Fuck. Forgot my fucking body cam. I'm mad at myself. I forgot my body cam. Definitely gonna have to be live at work today. Sorry guys, in this construction zone, it's hard to keep up with chat. Oh, no worries.
504, clear for my last. Clear 504.
I just needed a break. I did try to stream my run up to grab some weeds on Friday, but then the phone overheated and I was just like, that's an omen. We're not going to restart it. I didn't play poker over the weekend, so I'm so out of it now. It's crazy. It'd be nice to win that UK piggy too. Oops. Oh, for sure, Anna. Remind me as soon as I go live. I might try and find it before I go live, but like I said, I never know what I'm going to run into on a Monday here. Hey, boss. Oh, no, I'm sure we can. Like I said, why aren't you a mod on here? I really have 3 phones sitting here in my car. One that I'm streaming on, my IT work phone, and then my personal phone. Which I guess isn't so personal, because if I actually message somebody that I work with at this place onto their personal phone, somehow the courts can get access to it.
That's all for you, Birthday. Hey, 13. Fusion. Didn't have Dundee Fire in front of my location. Yeah.
Backpack Boys. This has to be fucking another weed shop. Backpack Boys. So we're up to like 9 dispos at this exit now. Dim Backpack Boys. I could probably scrounge up a phone that you, as long as if you use it just on Wi-Fi, it won't have a plan on it. I could send you one, Chopper. We get lost and found phones all the time. In fact, the one I'm streaming on right now is one of them. It sat on in my desk for 3 months before I said, you know what? I don't think this person's coming for it. Factory reset.
Come to dispatch on there to Dundee Fire. Respond priority 3, 207 Van F, 207 Van F, Department 1. Officers on scene requesting a response to the subject. Time out of 12:26.
I don't think I've even seen her play one time, especially since this new tournament started. I'll be more often. Is there a 1 o'clock game today? Yeah, I've been busy too.
Get one of those new French on one. You guys can cancel. transfer. Cancellation, thank you.
Central Clear.
Well, once Chopper's muted you, you're done because he'll never figure out how to unmute you. So.
Central 58020 MS Street, Town 58 Reedsville.
Yeah, 3's out on Van Ness Street.
Central Clear.
Yeah, what time are the games set for today? Okay. Also, all three tonight. There's no daytime game. Yeah, we'll see you guys soon. Love you. Thanks for riding with me. Hopefully the top of the hour or right around there. Peace.